Hi friends, welcome. It's Peggy Noe from prettypapercards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today with my little Yorkshire Terrier, Ellie. I'm just going to move that down just a bit. How are you today? Oh my gosh, we're in the middle of a very hot summer. It's a hot Wednesday. Oh my goodness. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to do my normal check to see if we've got everything working right, and it is working right. Cool, we're on. We're functioning. It's streaming as it's supposed to be. Oh boy, it is so hot. It is 101 here on our back patio. I don't know about you guys. Usually, hi everybody. We usually do our weather check. Roz, good to see you. So when you come on, let's go ahead and do our weather check and put the degrees, the degrees that you have outside. Okay, good to see you, Marcia Long and Tammy. Hot, hot, hot. Oh, that's right. Tammy's husband is a paver. Does he actually work in this hot weather? Oh, Marcia Long, Linda Leonhardt, good to see you. Yes, Ellie has the green bow because it speaks of summer, don't you think? A little bit summery. And you know what happens? I leave and she gets all messy. I left this morning to go have some coffee with a friend, and I came back and she and my husband had been playing outside, and she's kind of messy, and I had to even just brush her to get her little bow in there. You know, you can't leave them for a minute, can you? No. But she's kind of lethargic, you know. I think we're all lethargic. Roz is 99 in Florida with a heat index of 108, Kay 92, North Carolina 81, Pennsylvania. I'm telling you, it's just hot everywhere, you guys. And crazy hot all over. That's right. Margaret Gordon, except for Margaret, who's in Australia, and it's morning. And welcome, welcome, Margaret. Cheryl, nice in Illinois. But oh yes, you have had no rain. I'm so sorry about that. Some places are just inundated with rain. Others don't have enough rain. Carol Schaefer from Connecticut, good to see you. The ladies want to see you. Everybody wants to see you, baby. So how are your pets doing in the hot weather? I mean, Ellie just we have a wood floor and some carpeting, but she just wants to lay on the wood floor, mostly just all sprawled out so her tummy gets all cool. I think that's the thing. Not hot there, Margaret. Yep, I know. But you do have your hot times, but it's when we're having our winter, right? But it's like I always say, it's a great time, whether it's super hot or super cold. Either one of those extremes are great times to be inside stamping. Oh, Roz in Florida, daily thunderstorms, monsoon-like. Yes, yes, that's the one thing. We haven't had rain. We had quite a nice bit of rain in the late winter, but we haven't had any rain lately. So she's looking down. She wants to go. Okay, baby. Yes, Cheryl's hanging out by the air conditioner vents. Margaret, Tegan, and Paddington, they have the bows like that too. I think I got them on Amazon. I think they're children's bows. And Linda doesn't walk the pups too far. Yeah, the road is really hot. And Roz, the babies stay inside, but they come in the pool. Oh, I wish I had a pool. I do. We've had a pool, my husband and I, in several houses that we have had, but we retired into a little smaller house and we don't have a pool here. But it's on days like this that you really want one, isn't it? Okay, let's talk about some stuff that's going on. So everybody knows, or you should know, that today is at Stampin' Up 15% off every stamp set. Okay, now that doesn't mean bundles. It means only stamp sets, and it doesn't include host stamp sets, just in the annual catalog stamp sets. And no online exclusives, just stamp sets. But 15% is a nice amount off, and a lot of people are taking advantage of that and kind of stocking up. And I'm going to show you some sets today that I put on my blog, some of my favorites. And I'm going to show you some today, and even an additional one that I didn't put on my blog. Don't forget also coupons. Right now we have, during the month of July, we have coupon days, which means for every order of $50 that you place online with Stampin' Up, and hopefully through my online store, or some of you are demos and you're placing your own orders, for every $50 order you get a $5 coupon. You don't have to do, if you had a $100 order, you'd get 2 coupons. You don't have to separate your orders. But it's a great deal, and you can spend the coupons then in August on things that you want. So it's Tammy, she got 3 stamp sets. Okay, Oceanfront, vertical blooms. I've been meaning to get that one. And Coffee with Friends. I've had my eye on that one too, Tammy. You got some good ones. Great idea, Roz says. Many don't understand that. You mean that you can you can have like a $100 order, a $150 order, and you'll get, for every $50 increment, you'll get a coupon. Yeah. It's a good deal. In the middle of the summer, plus earn coupons. I mean, we all like that, don't we? My bangs are kind of just bugging me here a little bit. Oh, Margaret has 7 coupons. Good for you. Good girl. That's going to be nice when you go to spend those in August. Very good. Okay, now one other thing I wanted to mention to you. I'm currently taking pre-orders for the July Faith Creations class, and this is one where I'm printing the scripture verses to go on the card, so it doesn't include a stamp set. But what it does include is a half a package of the Countryside in Designer Series paper, a package of, I have it all written down here, adhesive back gems, and a roll of balmy blue and white ribbon. You make 6 cards. You get everything to make 6 cards, plus the PDFs. There are 3 different designs. You'll make 2 of each. Hello, Cindy Reed. Oh, sitting at the lake, doesn't that sound nice? Doesn't that sound nice? Oh, dogs shouldn't walk on that pavement. Absolutely. That is absolutely true. So I want, and plus you get a short video with my Faith Creations class kit, and you get a video devotional that I make. And this month the subject is joy during difficulties. And we all need that, don't we? And we want to send cards to people who need to have a bit of joy during times of difficulty. So I mean, like I usually do, you guys are the only ones who get to see the little whiz when I whiz the cards by, because I don't put that on my blog or anything. And I think these cards are super cute. Okay, here's one. Just a quick look. And I even have a little fancy fold this month too. So these are for the Faith Creations class, the card kit. And here's another one that opens that way, all using the Countryside in. And here's the kind of fancy fold. And we're gonna do this together one of these days. This, have you seen this? I don't even know what it's called, but I think it's very spiffy, and it folds all up like this. And so I'm giving you the pattern and the PDF and everything. So you'll make 2 of each of those cards in my Faith Creations class kit. Plus you'll get a half a package of the Countryside in paper. And I saw today, just a minute ago, I went on the inventory status report and saw the adhesive back gems are on back order. So I think I'm going to order them even today. And the paper I already knew was on back order, and I went ahead and got that. Renee, good to see you. Oh, work has kept you from catching the lives. 87 in Columbus, Ohio. Oh, it's 6 p.m. Yes, not good. Not good. Oh, dear. Okay, so anyway, you can order my Faith Creations class kit until this Friday, the 21st. And I also you can also order the PDFs separately if you want to. So the class kit is $45, the PDFs are $19. So email me if you're interested in either one of those items, and I'll get you hooked up. Okay, I want to show you something fun. You guys know I've been having so much fun with the truck. Well, you know that the truck punch is, first the stamp set was sold out, then they got more stamps, and then the punch was sold out, and it's not coming back till October. But you can do a lot with that stamp set. Now that stamp set is not on sale for 15% off today because it's an online exclusive. Thank you, Kay. So I'm going to turn you down for a minute, and I'm going to show you, I did post it, I think, on Facebook. I have been making these cute little truck paper clips. Do you see the paper clip down here? And here's the little truck, and they have ribbons coming out of them for exhaust. And I've got purple, that's lemon lolly, and I think parakeet party, garden green, bubble bath, balmy blue, sweet sorbet, and fresh freesia. Look at those cute truck paper clips. We had offered the truck class to go, and and that offering is over now. We're sending them out on Monday, but we're having a local class on Saturday, Dr. Robin and I made these for favors for all of them. Aren't they cute? I usually make paper clips with some of the things I think are cute, like, you know, the cupcake that I like so much. I make paper clips out of the cupcakes, so I could show you how to do that one day if you'd like. You have to have a glue gun. That's it. Colleen Ludicky, good to see you. So, okay, I've got actually 5 now, 5 favorite stamp sets. If you have not placed an order today, the 19th of July, with 15% off for the stamp set only. These are some stamp sets that if you don't have them, I think you really should have them. I'm trying to get all these things out of the way for you. This is the Biggest Wish stamp set. This has been around for a while, but what I love about it is you can even combine these. Like, you could stamp thanks, and then you could stamp friend over it. Like, I would stamp thanks in a lighter color and then put that little friend, more of a little cursive font, put that over it. I have used these so much. I think this is a basic stamp set. Hilda Mossy, good to see you. That we all need. I love it. So I'm showing you what I think are my basic stamp sets that everybody should have. And so this is something, if you don't have it, today's a great day to get it for 15% off. Okay, the next one is Circle Sayings. And I've done a class on this. We've made cards here on our lives. And here is the little cupcake that I love so much and that I've made paper clips out of. This is an adorable, adorable set. I think this is another basic. It goes with I think it might work with, I think it works with both the 2-inch and the one that's bigger, 2 7/8, or I don't know, whatever that bigger one is. Punch, the circle punches, not 1 3/4, but 2 and above. I think it'll work with. This is a great stamp set, and I've added this one in. I forgot to put this on my blog. I don't know why I omitted it. We've made cards using this stamp set. It's a standalone stamp set. It doesn't have dies or punches or anything, but it's so beautiful, you guys. I just love this one. The Sweet and Precious. I especially like the giraffes. Thank you, Roz. I'm glad you liked that class. I had a lot of fun making that cupcake class. And then Beautiful Balloons. Now, this does have dies, but you can buy the stamp set separately. And I think this is another one of those that we all need because it goes for so many occasions. The balloons, the ribbon, there's the little ribbon tie that comes off the balloon. That's the little thing that goes at the end, the little tassel. For guys, gals, young, old, this to me is a really 2 3/8. Thank you, Kay. The 2 3/8 circle. Yeah. This to me is really a must-have stamp set. And the dies are fabulous too, but I'm just saying because today is a stamp set only sale day. I really think that's a must-have. And then my last must-have is just my type, and this is what we're going to use today. And the reason I wanted to focus on it is because it is a standalone stamp set, and I was thinking that maybe some people aren't attracted to it because they look at the typewriter, they're like, okay, typewriter, forget it, you know, I don't need a typewriter set. There is so much else in this set, and I'm going to show you today. So let me set these off to the side now, and I'm going to show you the card we're going to make today. We're going to do a little watercoloring, and don't turn off because it's my easy watercoloring. I think I've shown it before. And here is the card. And look at how cute that is. It doesn't have anything to do with the typewriter, but it has rainbows and flowers and says, I hope your day is filled with sunshine and rainbows. Isn't that just cute? Perfect for summer, any occasion, and it's made with this stamp set. And it uses I've used Daffodil Delight for the yellow because it shows up better than Lemon Lolly on the watercoloring. This is watercolored, you guys. Watercolored stripes, can you see that? And then I've used Azure Afternoon. I didn't use it for a while. It's one of our new core colors. Thanks, Linda. And I'm using the ribbon that goes with it, and the cardstock and the ink, and I really, really like this color. I'm falling in love with it more all the time. Azure Afternoon. So let's get started, and let's do the easy watercoloring, okay? Now, one thing I wanted to show you. So I've got, this is one I pre-did, that I pre-watercolored, because we're going to use this when we actually make the card, because we need our little piece of watercolor paper to be dry. But we're going to do one together. But I was thinking, if you are really not in the mood to watercolor or afraid of watercoloring or something, this is a piece of Designer Series paper from the Bright and Beautiful set. And you could definitely use this to make this card also if you didn't want to watercolor or don't have the watercolor pens and stuff. But I do want to show you how to do it. So I've got everything set up over here. I'm just going to pull it in. And if you know me, you know that I don't like mess. I really don't, as far as my crafting. I do end up with a mess after I've been working all afternoon, but I don't like things that are messy. Like, I don't want my whole desk watercolored or messed up with watercolor stuff. So when you see me watercoloring, I am doing the neat watercoloring, okay? Because that's just how I am. I don't want it to be messy. So I have a piece here of Fluid 100 watercolor paper. This is our Stampin' Up! Watercolor paper, and it comes in this size here, which I think is 5 by 7. It's a little bit of an odd size for us. We're not used to that size. But of course it's mostly too big for our cards, so I always cut it down. And I try to use small pieces. Like you can see here on this card, I'm not using a full piece of watercolor paper. I'm only using a small bit. And this piece is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Yes, put prize if you want a prize. It's a good one today. So I've pre-cut my piece of Fluid 100 watercolor paper, and I'm putting it on a, whatever you call this, a little pad that we sell. You guys can remind me of the name. Sometimes it comes to my brain and sometimes it doesn't come to my brain. A little rubber mat, but it's very good. Okay, I'm going to have a little sip of my Coke. When I get excited, I talk fast and it kind of makes me cough. Let me look this up. I don't even have my catalog over here. Well, anyway, it's a little rubber mat that works great for many things. I've got about 3 of them. So that's what's going to protect for the water. That's what I'm going to use to protect my desk and myself from water. Okay, now I'm going to use the watercolor, the water painters come in a set of 3, and I think I've shown them to you before. Let me see if I can get them out. I'm going to use the widest brush. There's the skinniest brush, and here's the medium-sized brush. So when you order them, you get a set of 3. Silicone matte, Roz, excellent, Kay. I totally need you guys. Thank you so much. Yes, the silicone matte, excellent. So to make these stripes, I'm using the wide one, and look at how wide that brush end is. It's a little, I use it all the time. It's clean, but the tip looks a little bit gray in the light, but it's a nice wide bristle. And this part here is filled with water. So I've got plenty of water for us to watercolor. Now there's 2 ways that you can do this. Here's my Daffodil Delight stamp pad. Now one way to get, you don't want to put your watercolor pen or water painter on the ink pad, because then you'll get water in there, and you don't want to do that because you need this pad to be nice and the strongest ink you can. So if you want to, and I do this a lot, you press it at the back real hard, and it kind of pushes the pad in against the lid. Then you open it, and there you have some ink. Now I didn't push super hard. I can push super hard and get a big blotch of ink, and I can use that as my little palette. The other way I really prefer to do it is to open my ink pad and take a block, a clear block, which we can wipe off with anything but like a wipe, right? And then I put my block on here and get my ink nice and full on that, and then this from the pad, and then this becomes my my palette. And I have a little something green there, one of my ribbons. So now I'm going to close this up. Especially in hot weather, you want to make sure your ink pads are closed. All right, so now I'm going to put my little block with my ink there, and I'm going to start by squeezing out some water onto my block. Okay, and there I want to put a little bit more, not a ton, because you want your color to show. I'm going to put my glasses on, and all we're going to do is just basically draw stripes. And the pen is so thick that it does it just perfectly. So here we go. We just draw a stripe. And you can go over it as many times as you need to get the color and the shade that you want, just like that. And then I'm going to leave space in between, and you make your own decision. You're the creator here, and you get to make your decision how wide of a space you want between. I'm going to try for about 1/4 of an inch, and then I'm going to go down again the width of the brush, and I need to really get more on here. Okay. And again, you can do light lines or dark lines. It's up to you. And you know what? You don't even have to worry. Like this line, you're probably noticing is thicker than the other line. Oh, Cheryl, you still want to place an order? You're talking about that. Everlasting Beauty. I don't have that. Now you're making me want to see what it is. So, but what I was going to say is, it doesn't matter if your stripes are different sizes. Nobody's going to notice. Like you didn't notice on the card that I made that my stripes were different sizes. One is a little fatter than the other. The spaces aren't exactly perfect. It's fine, because nobody is really going to notice. And see how quick and easy that is that we're painting those stripes, and aren't they pretty too? I mean, I really like them. I like doing this. I do this quite often. And so we're only going to have one more to go after this. And if you need more ink, what I do is I would wipe off the block and then add more ink, because I don't want water to get into my pad, right? So let's just get all the ink we can up now, because we're on the last stripe. And there we go. And there you have your striped piece. Isn't that pretty? I really like it. And it doesn't take any work, it doesn't take any expertise or anything. And you can tell people that you have watercolored. What about that? Pretty good. Okay, so now let's get our card and make our pretty card. So I've got my Azure Afternoon a piece of cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 as usual. And we're going to go ahead and use our bone folder there. And I'm just going to show you real quick. Remember, I mentioned that you could use that bright and beautiful paper instead of watercoloring. That looks real pretty, doesn't it? Here's the piece I watercolored earlier, and it's dry, so I'm going to use this one. But this one turned out a little darker than the one we just did. I don't know. I just really like watercoloring. It's fun. And then I'm going to put a piece of white behind it. And this white is, it's basic white cardstock, 3 3/4 by 5. And so I want it to end up looking like that, like the sample that I showed you. But first of all, what we're going to do is we are going to stamp on this piece of watercolor paper. We're going to stamp with our stamp set, our Just My Type stamp set. And we're going to use the rainbow and the daisy. I've got my Azure Afternoon ink, and we're going to just stamp right on our paper here, our watercolored paper. And these two colors look so good together, you guys. Check it out. Look how pretty that looks. One thing I like about this stamp set is it's a little bit, I don't know if juvenile is the right word, but it's kind of almost like the stripes. In other words, not really perfect as far as it's just not perfect. It's fun, it's loose. I really like it. So I'm just going to stamp arbitrarily. Now I already know that I'm going to put a sentiment piece in the middle. So I want to focus most of my attention on the edges. I already know that. Okay, and now I'm going to bring in my daisy and fill in with my daisy. And because that didn't come out, I didn't press hard enough right there, I'll just do it again. I mean, you can just have a lot of fun with this. And it's an easy and quick card to make, and I think it makes people happy. And I'm going to do a little bit around here so that when my sentiment piece is put down, a little bit will show. Okay, now I'm going to set that off to the side, and we're going to go ahead and do our sentiment. And what we're going to use, since we're talking about basics today, it's called Nested Essentials, this die set, and I'm calling it Polly Libby, good to see you, from North Carolina. I'm using this one in here. I think this is an essential. It's called Nested Essentials. There's no discount on it today or anything, but and it is, I think it's a standalone die set, but I love it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment, which I think is like the cutest one in this entire stamp set. I hope your day is filled with sunshine and rainbows. I mean, that can be for anybody. And I'm going to just stamp it right on a scrap, kind of a large scrap, of basic white cardstock in the Azure Afternoon ink. And then I'm going to take my scissors, and I don't know why I got such a big piece, but I did. And that has a little cut in it. It was just a scrap that I grabbed from my scrap envelope. And we're going to bring in our Boho Blue Mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with this particular Nested Essentials die, and we're going to cut this out. So I want to be sure to get it even. The sentiment really fills this entire, pretty much this entire die. I'm going to turn it a little toward me so that I can see it better, because I want it to come out nice. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And we'll go ahead and just lay that down and roll it through. Okay, there we go. And I'll show you how pretty this shape looks for a sentiment. I just think this is does anybody know this, if this shape has a name? I really had not seen it before, really. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-sided piece. Okay, and you see how nice look how nice it looks inside there. It just really looks good with all the little rainbows and whatnot. I think it's really cute. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we have that ready. We have our white backing piece, and I'm gonna go ahead and glue my watercolored piece onto the white backing. And you can use a little more glue on watercolor paper because it's thicker and the glue won't make lumps and show through on the front as easily as it does with cardstock. So we're just going to glue that down, and we're going to let it set for a minute, and then we're going to use our Azure Afternoon ribbon. So have you guys, I know I've talked about it, these beautiful ribbons that come in a 3-pack. I'm going to move this, see if I can move that down just a hair. I can see it's a little off. And the 3-pack is the Azure Afternoon. It might even be on back order right now. I think it is on back order. And then there's the bubble bath one. But this just looks so pretty on this card, I think. There, I'm going to get a little more light there. Doesn't that look really pretty? So that's why we want to do this first, and now we're going to wrap some of this beautiful Azure Afternoon ribbon around. I love that it has little silver tips on it, or edging. Can you see that silver stitching? And instead of tying a bow, which I did with my other one, I'm going to just tie a knot. Because I know some of you don't like to tie bows, or they cause problems for you. So I'm going to tie a knot today. I tied a bow on the other one to show you, and then I wanted to tie a knot just to show you that that's another option too. We're going to put it along the center, tie a knot up here, and then we'll put our sentiment over this, okay? So here we go. Let's get our knot. I'd like to make it like a little square knot. I don't know if I can get it just right. Let's see. I don't even really know what a square knot is. I just know that sometimes they come out looking square-ish. I think that's kind of good, and if you don't pull it too tight, it looks okay. So now we can put our little sentiment on, and sometimes you have to move your ribbon a bit. So kind of curl your paper just a little bit so that you can move your ribbon. There we go. And we want to get this all set before we put affix this to the card base. So there we go. See, I think that's not too bad, and we'll fix the ribbon more after we get our little sentiment piece on. We're going to use dimensionals, and this may be a surprise, but you only need 2. On the wide area, just 1 at the top and 1 at the bottom, just like that. And you really don't even need them on the edge. And then we're just going to tuck that in, trying to get it even, just like that. Okay, now we're ready to affix this piece onto the front of our card base. And we could do it with dimensionals, but I think I'm going to do this with glue, so I know it really sticks. And we're just going to put our glue all around here, and then we'll center it right on here. And isn't that just really pretty easy, pretty quick and easy, and yet fun? And so happy. I mean, I think children would love this card. I think adults would love it. I think it just could be good for so many different things. Okay, I'm going to tighten my little knot there, and then we're going to cut off the little tails to finish it up. It looks nice and clean with a knot, a little cleaner than with a bow. And then I have a piece to put inside the card. I think this is 3 3/4 by 5, and let's stamp a little rainbow on our inside piece. Thanks, Roz. I think it's a fun card too. I'm actually excited to have it, to be able to give it to someone. I don't have anyone in mind, but I think it's so much fun. And while I've got this out, I'm going to stamp my envelope too. I just think these rainbows are happy. And I'm just in a happy mood. And then I'm going to turn it over and just for fun, put a little daisy in the center, like that. So remember, if you need a little rainbow, if you have this stamp set and, you know, a few months go by and you're like, I need a rainbow. This is the stamp set where you have the rainbow. Okay, so let's get our inside piece. Get the inside piece in, just with a little bit of glue here. Whoops. Get it right side up, like that. Doesn't that just make you happy even to see the rainbows on the inside of the card? I'm telling you, this is really a pretty color. I hope I've convinced you if you don't have any Azure Afternoon paper, ink, ribbon, anything like that. I really want to encourage you to get it because it is a pretty and a bright color. Isn't that a cute card just like that? I really like this stamp set, you guys. So if you don't have it, today is the day to get this fun stamp set, and it has so much more. This is a little flower pot with or just a little planter pot and a cute plant to go in it, a heart. This is my funniest, the cutest and funniest thing in here is a paper clip. I really need to use that more. I've never seen a paper clip stamp before in my life. It has this cute little envelope stamp, a little high. I mean, it is really a great set, not to mention the letters and the typewriter and the flowers. Okay, so cute, cute, cute. Let's bring you back up. Okay, so our prize from the one we had done last week is the truck card with the 3 trucks, but also I'll show you what else is in here. And this is the card that let me show you. We did the trucks like this on the envelope, which I think is super cute. And then we also made some trucks that we just punched out. So there are 4 or 5 trucks in here with the card and the envelope. So that's the prize for today. And I'll just hold it up again while I announce the winner. I'll put it over here. The winner is Colleen Ludicky. Colleen, congratulations. I'm so glad you won. I just, right before I came on, I looked and I saw that I do have your address. It might be from a year or so ago. So unless you've moved, I've got your address and I'll get this out to you. The card, the envelope, and all the little punch trucks. And I want to encourage you guys, even though the punch itself is sold out until October, get the stamp set. It's just totally fun. You know, we can fussy cut. We're not chickens, right? We can do a little fussy cutting for something so cute as this little truck. So go ahead and get the stamp set. It's not on sale today because it's an online exclusive, but I would get it before it goes out again because we just never know. It's so popular. So just snag that truck. Go on, get the truck at full price and get a couple of stamp sets at 15% off, equal $50, and you get a coupon. I mean, you can't lose. And use my host code and you get a prize from me. So it's a good day to shop. You guys, thank you so much. Oh, I want to show you the prize for next week. The prize for next week is a roll of the Azure Afternoon ribbon. They do come in a 3-pack, but I had a couple that I purchased, and I had this one extra. So this will be the prize when you're writing prize today. You're going to be possibly getting this Azure Afternoon ribbon. Okay, you guys, yes, have a wonderful rest of your week. I'll see you. If you want my Faith Creations class, email me and we'll get you